prettiest people that you ever did see. Younger than springtime or a newborn baby. And the show is gonna surely make you shout. Yes, ma'am. We're talking about 5 questions with James and Jam. Yeah, that's it.
Uh-huh. Well, hello, everyone. Hello. Were you drinking? Did you get caught? You got caught.
I was having a jelly bean, and I was having a thought and a jelly bean, and I actually almost died.
You can't do that. You can't. Wow. You can't do a thought and a jelly bean at the same time.
Oh my God.
No, ma'am. No. Hello, everyone, and welcome to 5 Questions with James and Jam.
Hi.
We have a lovely show for you today. Corey, thank you for noticing our little pre-show knock-knock joke.
The pre-show joke?
Of foolishness. And remember, everybody, we don't know you're here until you give us a hello, a little shout out. So
it's sort of like attendance, but
yes. Who is here?
On the honor roll system. Like
who is present?
Say.
If you are present, say, I am here.
I'm here. I am here.
Hello, Will Crent. You're delicious. Tom Lorio, please call 911 or just come out and give him Heimlich. You're right in the other room. Come on. Hello. Carolina Kino.
I love this program.
One day you will have to meet Will Crent. He is one of the funniest people in the world. So,
hi, Christine.
Christine Shupstrong. Hello.
This is a special day. How are things?
Things are good. Things are all right. I took a walk today. The week so far has been great. I got to be in a theater. I actually worked a day in a theater filming something for Hartford Stage, which is going to be very cool. Very, very cool. The babies sent us a video today. So
everyone's been speaking
really
to
awesome.
Children. So we spoke to, who did we speak to?
It was Jason VC's undergrad. I can't remember the name of the college. In Colorado. And
we spoke to a group of, it was a theater group on campus.
Yeah.
Who had a listening party for the A Strange Loop cast album. It was a Zoom with all of them like in their dorm rooms and everything, listening to the cast album. And they also put the script up so you could follow along with the script. And most of the cast came and we were just like on the Zoom rocking out. And it was so cute.
It was.
But they sent us a video today of them singing something.
Periodically,
Hell is real, right?
They were singing them, and then periodically, I'm like, these poor babies being
it was
traumatized.
So cute. But no, it's lovely. I spoke to kids yesterday.
Yeah.
My high school chorus teacher now is teaching at another high school, and I spoke to her class, which was it was amazing. It was really, really wonderful because. I don't know. These are just like 16, 17-year-olds who they didn't get to do the thing this year because everything is shut down. Yep. And it was so nice to speak to them. And it got me thinking of all of these things that should be happening, especially if there's a group of, I spoke to 40 kids who were predominantly kids of color who are wildly in love with musical theater.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I was like, I have a responsibility, like you guys are the future. So I've been invited back to speak to them again.
Of course you have.
They loved it. It was it was just a wonderful thing. It started me thinking about the fact that like, I did not have something like that. I didn't have someone come speak to us who looked like me.
Yeah.
And then I started to think, I never had a musical theater professor or teacher until I had a guy who I was studying with when I was like 22 or 23. So all through undergrad, nobody of color. And then randomly after that. So I thought about like, what are these kids going to encounter? What are people in New York encountering now? Who are the coaches and teachers of the craft of color.
Every single time we talk about this, I like it just is more and more evident. I need to bring my friend Misha to the show, who runs an organization called the Black Teacher Project. She founded an organization, and she's amazing. She's a PhD / comedian. I'm like, yes, hyphenate, yes, hyphenate career.
Yes,
but she's fantastic. Shall we announce our episode?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen,
it's a treat.
We have a good one for you. We have the wonderful, the fabulous, the scintillating, the glorious, the talented, the beautiful Saycon Sengbloh. She is going to be our guest today. You know, just a little Tony nominated. What did you call it?
What?
Blelphaba? Black Alphaba?
She was the first Black woman to go on as Alphaba. She's Blelphaba. Wicked. Tony nominated for Eclipse. Secret Life of Bees.
Yes. I mean, she's got so many Broadway credits under her belt. Rent, Aida.
Right. Fela.
Color Purple, Fela, which I saw 4 times. I saw that show 4 times. It was fantastic. We didn't ask any questions about Fela, but great show, great show.
But then is all of a sudden.
I see her in the waiting room. Everybody, she's here. She's in the waiting room. It's so exciting.
But she's also like wildly blowing up in the most wonderful way that I'm so happy about.
The most incredible way.
And it's all happening right at the same time, and during a pandemic. So, Delilah is a new TV show on OWN that I want to know everything about.
She's playing your favorite Franklin sister.
My favorite Franklin sister. She's playing Irma Franklin, Aretha's older sister, in the Respect movie with Jennifer Hudson. So I'm in love with that. Irma Franklin, quick tidbit, is the person who sang "Take Another Little Piece of My Heart" first before Janis Joplin.
Yes.
And it's wonderful.
And then also, it was just announced this week that she is going to be. She's the first person cast, I think, as the not. I think she's been cast as the mom in the Wonder Years reboot.
That Lee Daniels is producing. Fred Savage is directing. And Saycon is starring in the show. In the reboot of the Wonder Years.
Saycon.
I'm in heaven.
Yeah. So it's amazing. It's amazing. So we are so excited. Yes. I'll just show this one real quick. So Saycon can see it in the dressing room, in the green room. She's in the waiting room. We're gonna bring her out shortly, Christine, but we'll let her know that she's loved. So it is time.
It's time for our first segment, right?
Our first segment called, I'm looking for the asset, 3 minutes. Yes. Oh, wait.
3 minutes.
Three. Should we ask Joe Wagner for another theme? I feel like we've asked Joe Wagner.
In theory, I should be sitting here coming up with something myself. But someday. Maybe next week I'll work on that.
All right. Today,
I believe you have 3 minutes.
I have 3 minutes today, and it's something I've been thinking about because, again, my friend Misha, she talks about she's extending Women's History Month into Black Women's Season, which I just love. I love it ever so much. And so it got me thinking about Black women, and so this 3 minutes. I'm gonna celebrate Black women. Shall we start it?
You wrote something. This is
I wrote something.
I love this. I love the sharing of this.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's poetry or I don't know what you would call it.
You know what it is? It's something you wrote. So it's that. You could call it coleslaw. It's just you can call it whatever you want.
I wrote a coleslaw celebrating Black women.
But I think it is. I read it. It's lovely, and I can't wait to hear it.
All right, my honey. Well, are you going to start the clock?
Oh, that's right. Let me Let me start the
It's
clock
called
for
3
you.
minutes for a reason. Have
I
mercy.
know, but it's not called memory because Lord Jesus, I can't remember anything. Okay,
All right.
ready? Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Are you in character?
I'm kind of in character, but I'm using 2 screens today. Like,
Oh,
So
you're bi-screenal.
I'm biscreenal. So anyway, all right. So here it goes. My 3-minute celebration of Black women.
I've started the clock.
All right. Today, I want to take 3 minutes and celebrate Black women. All of them. Every single one of them. From the cleaning lady with the broom to the judge with the gavel. From the Mississippi grandma putting her foot in some collard greens to Black women making vaccines. I need to hail up the round-the-way girl with her 90s style and her bamboo hoop earring and a kick in her hip and a swirl in her neck to the pulled and proper church lady in her Sunday best with her church crown placed regally on her head to the Nigerian mama with the most fabulous headscarf tied just so, walking slow and saying, "You see me, don't act like you don't." Black women, my foundation of love, of protection, of nurturing, of care. Black women who challenge and celebrate me and make me a better human being. I want to toast Black women for their ingenuity and their fortitude. They are not superhuman, but they possess superpowers and they feel deeply and get hurt and they get up anyway and they make their way and they make their families and they make their communities and they make their neighborhoods and they make their countries. They make movements and protests and culture shifts and sea changes in thinking and feeling. I hold up the Black woman with a baby sucking on her left titty, making food for the rest of her kids, all while having a laptop on the kitchen table, working on a master's degree before going off to the first of her 2 jobs, knowing this here is hard, but I'm gonna do this shit anyway. We have great mothers and matriarchs and community elders, but we also got bad moms too, who find it hard and get addicted and scrape along the bottom. And I hold you up too because you're imperfect and human. And I pray for you for your freedom. And know that despite your magical melanin, you actually do feel pain and have felt pain from the whip to the gynecological science experiments to the diseased parts taken from you that are so brilliant they use them to this day to make cures for all humanity. To the pain felt when you lose a child, a husband, a brother from a bullet or a knee out of foolishness, ego, and fear. I celebrate you because you are legacy in action. Stacy didn't just show up and organize. She came from Maxine, all pulled and polished, reclaiming her time, who held hands with Shirley, shouting, "I'm on bought and on boss bitches," as she looked in the bus window at Rosa going, "Nah," while Harriet walked behind all of them with a lantern and a shotgun saying, "I wish you would, motherfucker. Try me." And I come from Jamaica, and that fierceness comes from our nanny of the Maroons who took her slave skirt from the back, tucked that shit in the front, climbed up a mountain and up a tree and fucked up some imperialist British motherfuckers yelling, "Yeah, bitch, my baby is black as fuck. Look at it." I celebrate you because despite all the bullshit, the micros and macros, you still have the capacity for Black girl joy. I relish your Black girl, Black woman joy, your capacity to create and soul stir and still throw your head back and laugh and laugh. My favorite thing is seeing a group of Black women in their 2s or 3s sharing a secret, talking smack about some man, creating mischief and howling for the gods. I say your name, I say her name, I say all your names, and I celebrate all your names and salute you all and protect you and learn from you and create with you and support you. And most importantly, share joy with you. I thank every single Black woman. I could go on and on and on, but this segment is only 3 minutes long. And so I hope you get the gist. Black women, they really are awesome and they are everything. How much time do I have left?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was lovely.
Oh, fantastic.
It was so good. So good. I feel like you should write more.
Every once in a while, my inner vagina,
right girl.
Yes, like births a Maya Angelou who comes forth and then goes back in going, no.
Let me say that it was phenomenal then. I like that.
Well, thank you. See, now
should we
I'm
bring
about
on?
to Yes, we should. But where is she? Where is she? Look in the green room.
I can't see the green room.
She's being naughty. But ladies and gentlemen, here she is. We're about to bring on the wonderful, the fabulous, the scintillating, the talented, the gorgeous Miss Saycon Sengbloh. Yes, darling. Yes.
I was
Mama.
so into that. I was so into that poem and that
Right?
intro. I had to try to recapture the. You better do it. That was fabulous.
Right?
That's 3 minutes I heard while I was running around trying to find my. It was seriously. It was so beautiful.
Like I want him to write so much more. Hello.
Hi, James.
How
Oh
are
my
you?
God. I'm moving you here so we can
There we
do
go.
this. Yes, there we go. You are front and center, honey, and looking
How are
fabulous
you?
and scintillating.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you guys so much for having me on the show. I
my
appreciate
Thank
it so
you.
much.
We
It's
are like
So
we're
much
just
going
tickled.
on, and I'm so excited. I love all the production value. I just love everything.
We're trying to step it up.
I was like, because I was like, should I give them pink or green? Because I got pink, I got green vibes in here, but I got pink vibes in the other room. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give them green vibes to go with their blue vibes. So I said, let me just.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Thanks for having me.
I adore you. I adore you so much. My friend, you are.
My sippy cup.
Wait a minute. Is that a bejeweled sippy cup that you're drinking from?
Oh,
Yes, a
my.
vintage cup, so bejeweled sippy cup.
Is
That's
this on your
amazing.
line?
Vintage. No, it's not a part of my line. I mean, that is my logo, but I just had it made for myself to see.
That is amazing.
It is
I'm
absolutely
just
amazing.
ridiculous sometimes. Like, really, just. No! Did y'all hear that?
People just harassing.
I'm trying to stop it. I forgot to put the do not disturb.
So here is the thing that I just absolutely love about that just happened, and we're going to have a question about that.
Did you hear
later.
it ringing? You can
Yes,
hear
of
it.
course we heard it. But
You know,
here's
nobody calls me all day, and then the people call right when you get online. That's what.
Right
that's
now.
What people call.
Right.
But here is the thing. You are in the middle of a crazy, crazy time. So you're doing Press for Delilah, which just premiered on OWN.
Yes.
You're blowing up with all of this stuff with the Wonder Years, but you're in the middle of a press tour for one show. When is the movie coming out? Like, I mean, like everybody has all the questions. Everybody
In the
wants
middle
to
of a
know
pandemic.
everything. In
Well,
the middle of a
so
pandemic.
I can give y'all some answers.
Yes.
I won't,
Yes.
I won't answer the questions. I mean,
Do you want to ask the first question, Jan?
come
Oh,
on, get into
yeah.
it. I got sippy cup. I got sippy cups. I got tea. I got everything. So.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just Old Home Week.
And let me say hi, Mom. Hi, friends. Anybody who's watching, hi.
yes, and please feel free to say hello to Saycon, everybody, and nice things that you say, I will post so she can see. There is a thing that you talk about and you do, and I've now taught it to students and spoken about it.
Is it mango?
Is the juicy mango?
I'm
It is
fascinated by
juicy
this, so I want to hear all about it.
So what I want to ask you is tell us all about the juicy mango theory, and how it helps you in your career and all of that good stuff. But tell them first about the juicy mango and how you approach it, because I love it.
Well, first of all, I'm so glad that you love my juicy mango theory. Hi, everybody. I'm Saycon Sengbloh. I'm happy to be here with Michael. With Jam James. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. I've done so many interviews today. Forgive me. I have been an actress and a singer and a voiceover artist, performer for a very long time. And what I find is that many of us as entertainers, we are always comparing ourselves to people. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of auditions. We have a lot of, situations where we are thinking, oh my God, look at that person over there. What if I don't do as good as they will? Or what if I'm not as good as this person or that person? And I just had to come to terms with the fact that I'm just going to be me. Regardless of what happens, I am just going to be me. So when I come to an audition, when I come to a callback, when I come to an interview, whatever, you might make mistakes. You might not be perfect, and the best thing to help to soothe your mind and to relax any thoughts about fear and wondering if you compare to other people is to know that you are your own piece of fruit, right? So I realized a while ago, I was like, I'm a mango. I'm a juicy mango. I was just like, I'm a juicy mango. A juicy mango, right?
Right.
So when I go into an audition,
A lovely mango.
Oh, a lovely, thank you. Thank you. So if I go into an audition and I find myself surrounded by a bunch of bananas, I'm not going to suddenly try to change myself into a banana. I'm a mango, right? So every audition I go into, or every whatever, if I'm being considered for something.
This still comes up? Does it like?
I just know that I am me, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not Halle Berry. I'm not Kimberly Elise. I am me, right? So if you want one of these, I'm the best one you can find.
And we have to hold on to that.
It's really simple. It's really simple, but you would think that after many years of being in the business, it wouldn't occasionally cross my mind to compare myself. But every once in a while, I'm like, man,
Time's up.
Like you wonder if you're tall enough, if you're short enough. There's so many different ways that we compare ourselves physically, and just our whole makeup, the way that we act, the way that we speak.
Right.
I was looking at, you were mentioning, thank you for announcing Delilah, which premiered this Tuesday, and we're on Tuesdays at 9. You were mentioning that show, and I think about every time I see the trailer, I see myself like talking out the side of my mouth, and I'm like, oh, why do I do that sideways mouth talking? And then I'm like, whoop, that was that mango doing her sideways mouth talking. You know what I mean? Like, why judge myself? Why, I just try to give myself a lot of grace. And you can give yourself a lot of grace by accepting. If you are a peanut, you're a little peanut. Every time you show up, you think, hey, the peanut, I'm a peanut. Be a fly peanut. Don't try to.
Right.
You're not gonna be a mango. You're just not gonna be a mango. You know what I mean? So once I realized I am me, I'm the only me that there is to be. Once I realized that, I was good to go. And it made me really release a lot of the pain and hurt and wishing and the coulda, woulda.
Right.
It just made me let it all go. Like, oh, y'all didn't need a mango this time. Okay, y'all call me next week. You know what I mean? Call me next week. And it also, it helps not just in career, but in personal life too. Like, I don't want to deal with anybody who doesn't just like me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you're not into this, then you could go find somebody else that fits the description that you like. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I need to remind myself of that. And it speaks to my first question too, in a way. I need my glasses. So season 3, episode 7 of Dawson's Creek, which was entitled Escape from Witch Island. You played a character named Conspiracy Theorist. Now, I just this past week was in a full tizzy because I had a self-tape to do for 2 people, someone called Passenger 1 and someone called Passenger 2. A friend of mine I helped with a self-tape a few days before had an audition for someone whose name was Jeweler.
There's no name, just description.
Right. And we both had feelings about it. It was like, and it made me doubt, like, what am I doing? Why this? Am I supposed to do this? What do I do with this? And here I am reveling in the thing that I found of one of my all-time favorite shows and one of my all-time favorite episodes on said show, season 3, episode 7 of Dawson's Creek.
The Blair Witch.
Yeah, it was like a whole Blair Witch thing. So was that like your first?
Filmed in North Carolina. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So like, what is the trick to being conspiracy theorist? Do you know what I mean? That thing.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
Every role that I audition for is cop, grieving mom,
Right.
sophisticated sister, slutty best friend. Like I really, I don't give names to characters. Like the show that I did on I did a show on CW called In the Dark, and I played a cop.
Mhm.
I auditioned for that show among maybe like 3 auditions that week. And then the next week I auditioned for some other stuff, the next week some other stuff. And then maybe about 3 weeks later, I was about to go to DC with my best friend, one of my good friends, Maya. Shout out to Maya Wilson. Me and Maya, we planned to go to DC, and I sent a message to my agent, hey, I'm going to DC, so block me out for these days. He said, wait, you booked that cop role. You booked that show. No, he said, wait, you booked In the Dark. I was like, which role was that? He was like, the cop. I was like, which? I'm like, was that the cop? The funny cop?
Right.
Was that the sexy cop? Which one? Like, I don't know characters anyway. Like, I'm, you know. So I'll tell you this. At the time that I did Dawson's Creek, and I got an audition that said conspiracy theorist, I was just so excited that it was Dawson's Creek. You know, all of my first projects. I think you're about to ask, was it my first project? It wasn't my first time on screen. Like, it was among the first. Like, I think the very first movie I ever did, also shot in North Carolina, was called The Ditch Digger's Daughters. Back in the
title.
Yeah, it starred Carl Lumbly, and Dule Hill played the young version of the Ditch Digger, and it was a true story about a man who vowed that his daughters would all be doctors. He would have, and it became true. It was a true story. It was a book written by one of the daughters, and Kimberly Elise was the feisty daughter, and I was the granddaughter. And they tell this story in flashback. So we sit at the table. I was about 19 or so at the time, but they bound my chest and put me in some overalls and put me in some pigtails and called me 13.
Oh, Jesus.
I sat at the table. Yeah, I always had this baby face. So I sat at the table and was like, and then what did granddaddy do? And they said, your grandfather, and your grandfather was mean to me. Well, granddaddy didn't like you very much. Like, it was like a whole thing. And I was like, granddaddy, wow. And then they did flashbacks. So I played the kid, but that was the first movie I ever did, and it was shot in North Carolina. They used to do a lot of movies, and they're doing a lot of stuff in North Carolina now as well. But yeah, I say, you know, they say there are no small roles. You know,
yeah, I know.
Just get in where you fit in. And let me tell you, don't you remember when? Did you guys see the Frida Kahlo movie?
I think I don't know if I did. Yeah,
there was
which
one.
There was the one with
her name.
Beautiful
Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek,
yes,
so beautiful. Yeah. So she played Frida. She played Frida Kahlo, and there was a role in the movie. I believe the role was described as dancer, but it was played by Kathleen Plantedid, who everyone as you're watching, you're like, is that Josephine Baker? I don't even know if she had lines, but I knew she was in the movie. You know what I mean? Like you just were like, every time she came on screen, you were like, who is that? Who is that? And it was Khalid. She's a fabulous Broadway dancer.
She is incredible.
Incredible. And you know, her character didn't really have a name, but you had an insinuation of who it was. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You know, I try not to take it personal. I try not to take it personal, and I just get in where I fit in. Sometimes you gotta, you just get in where you fit in. Because this is the thing too. They say if you want more of something, you have to be appreciative of the version of it that you have. Ooh. So yes, you're in your tiny apartment and you're like, I can't stand this apartment. I can't stand this apartment. I can't stand this apartment. I'll be like, I guess you don't want no apartment.
Because the sidewalk is out there if you want.
I love my apartment. Right. I love it. I love every little tiny thing in my apartment. It's you like apartments? Let me give you more. Right. You know what I mean? So I just appreciated all the small roles I played, over the years. I literally played a bunch of small roles every time I was with an Oscar award winner or Oscar award nominee. I played God rest her soul, Cicely Tyson. I played a secretary in this movie called Mama Flora's Family. I was a secretary, and my lines were, "Oh no, ma'am, you can't come in there." Those were my lines.
And to this day, you remember it.
"Oh, ma'am, you can't come in there." And Cicely Tyson and Queen Latifah bum rush me and bust into the office, and I'm trying to keep them from getting to my boss. I can't remember who the boss was, but I was like, well, all right, I bet it had been bum rushed by Cicely Tyson and Queen Latifah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, I played a lot of roles that didn't really have a full name, but they were, you know, I was an American Gangster. Again, no name. I think I was I was Idris Elba's girlfriend, and whatever his name was. Tango. The credit said Tango's girl.
Wow.
And I'm like, come on, you know. He's like, you want
Wow.
no shrimp? I was like, I want no shrimp. I was just slutty girlfriend is what it was, you know. But like,
Right.
you know,
I think I hit a hard spot this week with it.
Okay.
And so that's good to hear. That is lovely to hear.
That is so funny.
gotta
All right,
get
I'm
in
just
That's true.
I'm just going to show you some comments here. Christine says we should stitch that on a pillow. Be a fly peanut.
Be the flyest little peanut you can be.
Be a fly
You know
peanut.
when you're a peanut. You know when you're a peanut and you try to be a mango. Just be a peanut.
Be a fly
That's
peanut.
true.
Yeah,
Be
be
the
a
best
fly
peanut.
peanut. I
And
love it.
then Morgan says, yes, love attraction.
Morgan knows what it is. Yes, hi. All of y'all were great in the show. I'm sorry, this is the stars of the show, all three of y'all. Oh my God.
Yay.
Jason Veazey might be here too. Sometimes he
might show up this
he
evening.
might shows
I
up.
love y'all so much. I just thought y'all were so wonderful. That's
And
what
I love that you were my opening night date.
Honey,
You were
and
the
you
best.
actually-
I was your opening night photographer. Thank you very much.
Yes,
You actually sat next to my boyfriend.
Was I?
My boyfriend sat next to
I was
you.
on the other
that
side
night.
of me. Oh, so I met him
Yes.
before.
Yeah. Yep. Because
He was walking around in the backstage just now, walking around.
in his tank top.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
tank top. Okay. Well, y'all were wonderful. Y'all were so wonderful. I was so pleased
Thank
to
you.
be there.
Oh, thank you, my honey. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna set this question up, right?
Mhm.
This is funny. While we're setting this up, I'll just put this because it's funny. But
It's true. I was standing out over y'all. Sorry.
one of the things that I love about the conversations we have, and just talking with you, is that you're very good about listening to and following your inner guidance. You know what I mean? Like your little prompts or your little things that kind of go, this is not for me, or it's time for me to go, right? Because throughout knowing you, there have been times when you've turned down roles that I was like, but this is a big movie, and you're like, nope. This is not the one for me. This crosses some kind of boundary for me.
Yeah.
And then even now, I'm not going to say where you are, but there was a moment where you were like, it's time for me to make a move. It's time for me to make a move. And then you finally made the move and things opened up, right? Not to say that following that inner guidance doesn't come with fear or trepidation, but when you follow it, magical things happen. So the question is, how do you know when it's time to know, KNOW, and how do you know when it's time to no, absolutely not, I'm not doing this. And then James had a follow-up question to that. He's like, when you get that spidey sense of your inner guidance, he wanted to know, where does it show up for you? Does your right butt cheek get
feeling.
warm? Does your pinky toe vibrate?
I feel like that's a feeling. Like when you know that it's okay, I'm going to say no to this. That takes some sort of a churning.
It shows up
feeling
somewhere.
How does that manifest in you?
That's a good question. Oh, that's a good question. Wait, what's how does it manifest? That's the second part of the question, right?
That's the second part of the question. The first one is, how do you know when it's time to know and when it's time to say no, absolutely not? When is it time to know, all right, there is a knowing that I have and I need to follow it? And then how do you know when it's time to go, nope, this is a quick no for me, or this is a no?
Well, I'll tell you this. I think a lot of times over the course of my life and my career as an entertainer and just as a person, at different points in time, I was trained to ignore my instincts. I've been in situations where I was absolutely trained to not listen to my inner voice. And so I'm so pleased to be pretty much reconnected with my inner voice. Though I still have moments where I'm like, because it kind of aligns with the mango thing, in that the path that's meant for you really is for you. And a lot of times that doesn't look like what other people expect it to look like. I spent a long time living in New York, and a good part of my adult life in New York, and doing Broadway. And people know me for being in Broadway shows, and people expect that of me. And that's the rhythm and the routine of the song that they expect of my life, like Song of Solomon, like Song of Saycon is Broadway. That's the rhythm that people are expected to. Now, me being the one that's on this train, I was like, oh, time to get off this train. And I think other people are like, they see me and they want to see the Broadway song. And I just realized that there was just a lot more things that I wanted to do outside of that. And so I realized in order to have what I want, I needed to make space for it. That meant I needed to literally make space. I'll tell you something interesting. And this was a really hard decision that I made. I was on Broadway a lot, right? And all my Mondays, I was always singing at benefits for Broadway Cares.
Right.
Constantly singing at Broadway Cares benefits. And I wanted to find some, my dad was from Liberia. Okay. My mom's American. Shout out. Hey, Mom. I wanted to find some Liberian organizations to be a part of. And I was like, man, I realized every single day of my life was dedicated to Broadway: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then Monday too, because I'd be like, sure, I'll sing at your benefit. I would always say yes whenever people ask me. And I realized, man, if I'm going to be able to start performing at some of these other benefits, I'm going to have to say no, even to the giving thing. And that can be a tough thing when you're a person who's used to, giving of yourself to make people happy. And so similarly, that was one of the first things I did, was started to take my Mondays back. I would say no. When people ask me to do something on Monday, I do something every day of the week except Monday. I would keep my Mondays very precious to myself. And when I took my Mondays back, like, I'm not going to just be at everybody's event, at everybody's thing. What about my event that I want to put on? What about my song that I want to sing somewhere? What about that? It all started to help me to strengthen that inner feeling like, is this right for me? I remember getting an offer for a Broadway show. I remember getting an offer for a Broadway show that was like not even half of the rate that I was making on the previous show. And it was interesting because I was like, I wonder what would make them fix their mouth to ask me to do that. And so I called my agent at the time, and I was like, well, this casting, because I love the casting director because they cast me a lot. I said, will this casting director be angry if I say no to this gig? And she was like, say no. Let's just say no. He'll be fine. And I said no. And 2 weeks later, they came back and offered me my rate. And I was like, people will try you.
Yeah. It was a test.
They will try you, and with no Vaseline. They will try you, okay? So I just realized that was one of the first times I realized, wow, I said no. And then they came back to offer me what I deserved or what I wanted.
Important.
So then I started saying, like, when things don't feel right, don't do it, because you're miserable. You're miserable when you do something that you weren't really sure about. When you go ahead and do it, and then you're just sitting there miserable, So I realized that I wanted to live a bit of an in terms of being in the entertainment business. I was really admiring people like we know her as Foxy Brown.
Pam Grier.
Pam Grier like lives on a ranch, I think in like, I don't know, Montana
or something.
Yeah. And she's like, she'll be shooting her movie or TV, whatever she does. And then when she's not doing that, she'll be like, oh, I'm on the ranch with my horses, And then like John Goodman lives in Louisiana, and he's one of my favorite actors to ever do it, right? What's the other comedian? Our favorite comedian lives in Ohio. One of our favorite comedians.
Chappelle, I think. Lives, yeah. Yeah.
So I was, you know what? I think I want to live somewhere that's not a hugely, populated entertainment city, And so I made a choice during the pandemic, and I left New York. And so I brought myself back down south. I wanted to enjoy some of that southern living. And who knew that being around these parts again, I'd end up in a role that suited me. On a show like Delilah. So I'm so excited that I made that choice. I see how I made the choice and how it came back. God, I feel like I prayed to God for what I wanted, and I made a change. And I can't say that it's not without, like you said, Jam, it's not without trepidation for sure.
Yeah.
But I just made the choice, and
when you know.
Yeah, I know. I would say I feel it in my stomach. You asked me where I would feel it. I'll feel it in the stomach. I would also feel it in my in the back of my head.
Really?
Yeah, like there's a tension that I get when I'm having to do something I don't want to do, A lot of people have been calling me nowadays because of there's so much out with the brand for Delilah. Right. And then I'm taking pictures and posting, trying to be cute on Instagram. So everybody's like, and like some people call me and I'm like, hey. The other people, I'm like, but that's a feeling. I mean, that feeling went in my face. Some people, they call you like, why you still got my number? Block. Like it's the same with people, with roles, with everything. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. And you have to let go of that feeling of like, well, what if somebody else takes it? Or you know what I mean? Like whoever else gets the role or whatever it is, it's for them. You wait for something that's good for you.
I like that.
I hope that wasn't too long of an answer.
No, that was
perfect.
That's exactly what I wanted to know.
Officially obsessed. Hi, Corey.
Corey Ted says he's officially obsessed with you. Corey Ted is a fabulous musician and engineer, and he mixed our theme song for us. So
your theme song is so cute. So much. I love it. I was on your other live, I think 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They were like, play it again. It was so cute.
I have a sense that someone else on this planet is as into products and potions and notions and lotions as much as I am. Like there's a routine. There are things. There are 2 drops of this and 17 drops of there are so many things. So I have a sense that there's someone else on the planet like that. Is it you? Are you my soulmate?
You know what? I might be your skincare soulmate. I do enjoy a good skincare routine. But I'll say this: I'm not as routine as I could be with my skincare, but I am with I really enjoy baths.
Oh,
I enjoy luxuriating in a hot bath. I love salt baths, AKA magnesium sulfate, the good. Yes, the skin. Yes, I love a good relax moment. I love a spa moment.
Yes,
all of that. Not to the detriment of like if I'm not, you have to do that when you're feeling good. You can't just be sitting in a hot room feeling good. You got to be feeling good for that.
Well, I saw you making some teas. I was stalking you and I saw some videos of you making teas, and I was like, what's in there? What's going on?
Today I have it's a loose leaf tea. I've already taken it out, but this one is a tea. It's from Serengeti Teas, and it's a chocolate tea. It's not chocolate, not hot chocolate, but a chocolate cardamom tea.
My boyfriend would like that.
You can see a few of the little leaves are floating around in there, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Serengeti Tea.
Serengeti Tea is the name of the company. My light is so bright, it washes everything out. But yeah, it's delicious. I love teas. I love
you're a smoothie queen.
I love smoothies. Look, none of us are getting any younger, so I'm all about, I'm just trying to maintain, I get to be in these situations where I'm playing 20 somethings and I am not 20 something. And so I'm trying to just preserve this thing, keep it fresh, keep the mango juicy.
Well, it's wonderful. It is wonderful.
Yeah, thank you. What can you tell me? what your favorite emotions or potions? You got some favorite serum or something that you would recommend?
I worked in a spa for a while because I was a massage therapist for like
Yeah.
5 or 6 years. I worked in a
I love spas. I'm sorry. I was like,
Me
yeah.
too. Me too.
Yeah.
So like
Ah,
the
Jam.
combination of essential oils and things, and
Yes.
right now I'm like
sitting right here next to me.
I'm shifting into a love of marula oil.
Okay.
Marula oil is wonderful for like the scalp. It's wonderful as it was a little cold out. Now it's getting nice. So marula oil.
Can you put it on your face too? Is it a good
can.
facial oil?
You can't just lightly. You can. But
Nice.
marula oil is my new thing that I'm swearing by. Yeah.
I've been seeing, here and there, the brand of it is getting hot. Like
Yeah.
everybody's different oils have moments. Like
I know.
truffle oil on French fries is like the moment. The last 2-3 years, everybody's like truffle oil.
Like
Everybody
it's brand new.
Yeah.
It's been around.
Right. But the last few years, it's been like truffle oil. Like
Truffle oil's having a moment.
it is having a moment. Okay.
Oh my
But yeah,
God.
marula oil is my new thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So
My goal, I want to be more just take better care of myself in general, like
it's hard to do. It's all of these are things that we have to remind ourselves to do.
yes,
And
absolutely.
because we're human, so we're going to forget all of these.
Yeah.
So
I think just being in entertainment makes me remember a little bit more because I'm like, oh, there's a camera in my face. Can they see that?
right?
I'm like looking like, oh, ooh.
Right.
You know what I mean? It makes me take a little bit better care of myself.
You do
That
do
is
a
true.
good job of like doing the relax. I'm only bummed that I didn't do a King Spa moment with you. Like you invited me a couple times. You're like, come to King Spa with me for the day, and I'm like,
Jam. Yeah, me and my friend Aslanto, we used to come all the time. I'm looking for somebody to go to the spa with me. Go to the spa with me. I love it. I know. So you never went.
Not
I
no.
love it.
You would love. Oh, see, James, you got to take him.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Well, the strange Loop cast. We had a spa day.
We went to
together.
Great
That was
Jones
fantastic.
Spa.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yes, you told me about that. Yes,
That was
Yeah.
lovely.
One of my
That was
girlfriends
nice.
was telling me about Great Jones Spa. She said, I need to go. It's fabulous.
Yeah,
we're gonna
it
do
was
that
good.
again. You have a question I want an answer to, so I want to hear about this.
Oh, okay. So you're
I like to get cozy. Let everybody see me cozy. I'm cute on the couch.
cute on the
Laid
couch.
back.
Juicy mango,
I
Saycon.
want juicy mango on the couch.
So you're in the middle of one of them right now. You're in a busy time. And you have a term that I just love. And so I'm gonna ask you, talk to me about a Beyonce day.
I knew you were going to
What is a Beyonce day and how do you prepare for it? Because I got the privilege to be on with you for part of one of your Beyonce days, and I was like, this is nuts. Performing on Broadway, and you had a movie premiering at the same time that you were going back
Oh my
and
God.
forth.
When you were doing, I was doing In the Blood.
You were doing In the Blood, and you had that movie, and like literally you went, you did like your half hour, got in glam, went up, did a red carpet, went back down, did the show, which by the way, you were fucking fantastic in that show. You were fucking fantastic in that show. Then re-glammed to do the panel discussion up at the, I was like, this is bananas. But anyway, so
I'm gonna tell you, I snuck away too. I didn't tell the theater that I snuck out of the building because I was like, I am not about to miss. I was like, my entire cast of my show is at this premiere down the street. I am not about to miss it. I snuck out. I told my dresser, that's the only person I told, so she could have my stuff ready so I could just stick my foot in it and be ready to go. But yeah. Oh my God.
So tell us about Beyonce days.
And how you prepare for that?
How do you prepare for it? And you might give us like one or two Beyonce days that you've had. Like what was like?
You're doing them right now, and I'm like,
I'm
exhausted.
It's really tiring. It's really hard. And then, but minus she has the staff. She has like the mega staff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so yeah, I would say, well, that particular day that you're talking about, I had a movie that was premiering at a small film festival. Well, not really small, a pretty major film festival in New York, and it was playing at the AMC, which is on 42nd Street down at 8th Avenue. And I was doing a play down at the Signature Theater, which is a few avenues down.
It's doable, but that's a good walk.
It's doable, but not in pumps and a gown. Okay. And I had invited Jam and another friend of mine who I can't remember who else. I invited two of them.
Yeah.
There was a special night at the theater that I was doing. And was that
That's right. It was a special night for the Soho rep too.
Yes, it was a special night at the play as well. It wasn't opening night at the play, but it was a special night at the play.
Oh my God.
And I want to say it might have been that same week that the president of Liberia was in town. This was a crazy week. Oh my God. I remember I went to this, it was like a tea that they had, a salon that they had for the president of Liberia at like 6:00 at some rich people's house in Tribeca, and then rushing back to change clothes, prep my hair to be able to go back into my character, but rushing off telling Jam and them, y'all might not see me, y'all gonna see me. Running down, I think I caught a cab. Because like I said, I had on a nice dress and a pump, you know. So I caught a cab. The cab, they was like, where you want to go? I was like, 8th Avenue. They were like, 8th Avenue? I'm like, yes, I know it's only like 5 blocks. The cab, went in there, took pictures. Like Lala Anthony was there. Like she was in the movie. Like this was a movie with Ernest Dickerson. All these pictures. Bounce. The producer knew I had to bounce too. Bounce. They watched the movie. I came, did my play, did the talk back for the play
you did.
And then bounced back down to do the talk back for the movie at the film festival. So yeah, that was crazy. I always call when I say Beyonce days, I say it to my friend Christine a lot too. It's like a day where it's like you're just doing the most. You're just doing the most. Like my average Beyonce day, when those things happen, it'll be like a day where I might have 2 or 3 auditions and I have to be at a luncheon and then I'm singing somewhere later on, you know, and usually I sleep so good after those days, you know, because this is the thing. I'm sure you guys know when you are an actor, it's like you could go 3 months without a job, nothing at all, you know. And then everything happens on the same day or in the same
right.
And then you go another like a month or so, nothing going on. And then everything happens like in the midst of like 2 weeks or something, you know?
Right.
One of the things that I always talk about, like being one of the things that's hard about being an actor is that, you know, it's feast and famine. It's, you know, it's feast and famine. And a lot of times people who aren't in the business, they don't understand that. And so you have, you know, you could have new friends or you could be trying to date somebody, whatever, they come into your life. I have this joke, like if one of my friends like, oh, I met a new guy. And I'll be like, girl, will he survive tech? Because for those of you, I'm sure a lot of theater people are watching, but for those of you who don't know, when you're putting a show together, there could be a 5-week rehearsal period, right? For like 3 weeks, you just rehearsing from like 10
right. Yes.
like 3 weeks.
You're home for dinner.
Right? That last 2 weeks, you have what they call the 10 out of 12. So you are at the theater from noon to midnight with a 2-hour lunch break for like, you know, a couple of weeks straight, right? And then maybe there's like the 8 out of 10 or whatever, but like, it's crazy. So I found in my life that the average new person in your life, they don't listen. They don't understand that you're like,
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. They're like, can we have lunch? And you're like, from 5 to 7. They're like, that's not lunchtime. You're like, that's a dinner break. You want to have a dinner break? You want to have dinner? You know, like, it's so hard. You're trying to make use of this time and do what you got to do. And the funny thing about it is because everything is moving so slow, they're just setting the lights and and looking at the costumes and fixing things. You could have a tech day where you technically, because they weren't on your scene, you didn't do nothing all day.
Not a thing.
You have to be in the building. They will not let you go nowhere.
You can put your hand on a doorknob, but you actually won't go into the room.
Yes.
We just want to light the doorknob.
Yes.
And that's going to take us for about, but we're not going to get to the part where you walk into the door.
And they're like,
into the
just
room.
stand there and hold the door now. We might
Yeah.
get to you, so just stand there.
It's
You know what I mean?
fascinating.
Oh
And
my
we do it. We do it.
Tech is a Beyonce day by itself. Tech
Yeah.
is Beyonce 2 weeks. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
I
again,
guess we're built to handle a Beyonce day. I guess that's what all of this has been.
I think we are, but I also recognize that I've had maybe I've had a few too many Beyonce days without the support staff. That's why I had to escape to the countryside.
Mhm,
Right.
mhm.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
I had a little too much excitement in my life, and so I know that I really function nicely when I'm just like when I am just having a nice cup of tea and just
Peaceful.
chilling on the couch. Like I really enjoy that very, very much. Like I don't need all that fuss. Like I really don't. Like
Is
even
that a Saycon Talks mug that you're sporting?
the lights are kind of bright. You can't really see, but yes.
That maybe you can purchase at the Saycon store that we'll push later on.
There's so many things that I'm going to need.
Shameless plug. I know we're getting to the end of our hour. I don't want to rush you guys off because I know I was like, it's 1 hour, right? But if y'all want to ask more questions, I'm open to it for sure.
I think we just have one more.
Yeah, we have one more question.
Well, actually,
and then a rapid fire game.
Yeah. So actually, before
I love those kind of games.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to set you up with the Beyonce day. Like, talk about like one of your Tony Awards Beyonce days, because then that leads into like James's question real fast.
Well, I always say that the day of the Tony Awards is supposed to be a day of excellence in the theater, but it's the day that you feel the least excellent. I don't think there's been a Tony Awards that I didn't like vomit at some point. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah, like I usually
it's all day and all night.
Yeah, it's all day and all night. Like, so people who watch the Tonys, they just see the Tonys, they see it come on that night at like 7 o'clock that night or 8 o'clock or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But for the performers, they got up at like 6 to go to the theater to get ready to do a run through of that thing at like 8 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's usually on a Sunday. So then they go to the theater and do a matinee.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come back over to the Radio City or wherever the Tonys are that particular year. And then they actually do the run of the show. And there's all this adrenaline running through you, you know, especially if you're in a show. I've been in several Tony Award nominated shows. I've all had my own Tony nomination. Thank you, God. And honestly, that particular year, it was a little bit lighter because I wasn't in a musical at the time. I was in a play. And so I didn't have to do all of the rigmarole. But when you're in a big old fancy musical, it is a lot. Like, it's a lot, you know, even just the week of like promoting the show when the show opens and doing all the, you know, it's a lot of fun. Like, one of my favorite was being in Motown the musical and doing Dancing in the Street for Good Morning America. But like, let's be like, let me get my throat together at 6 a.m.
Oh, you said Good Morning America. Yeah,
Good Morning America, honey. Singing Dance in the Street at 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Like, ain't nothing like singing a song that you ain't used to singing before 2 p.m. And you sing
right.
before 10 a.m. You know, it's something else. I would say
I heard 8 o'clock happen twice in a day, but I know.
It's something else. It's something else. I think, you know, I think it's a blessing to be able to perform, but as long as you take care of yourself, and you really have to have some discipline with taking care of yourself, you know, you can have longevity in this thing. And I believe that I've had some good longevity.
You have. So that actually leads perfectly to my question. This is the last question.
Why do I still look 21?
I mean, girl.
I'm just kidding.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
I'm just saying.
That is Rihanna. What's Rihanna? That is Fenty, honey. That is the
Fenty. Fenty Beauty.
Yes, skincare. Yes, Fenty.
Career. Like, so what I know of you first is all of the Broadway, all of the theater stuff. Like, you've been there. So that these new things are happening, or they're not even new. Like, you've been doing film and TV work forever. It's just the fact that there's so much of it happening right now that I'm so excited about for you. But I think a lot of Jam and I recently spoke to some college kids, and I just spoke to some high school kids the other day, and they're all kids of color interested in theater. And I'm so excited for them And I think they look up to people in ways that I was like, oh, I remember that. And
we were talking about the fact that they all missed out on doing
their
things.
thing. They didn't get to do their play this semester, or like, and they've just been at home, and they can't sing with their friends. So that affects kids.
Yes.
And them having someone to look up to and see doing the thing is really important. Mm-hmm. And you have been that. You've been in this craft and in this business for so long, and in a way that you don't see many people of color invited back into many rooms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a wonderful longevity to your craft and your career. Mm. You don't get to see many people of color, many women of color who, oh, she's back. That means you're good. And that reads. And it's, so first of all, thank you for that. But to me, that means that the craft of theater and this thing called Broadway, I know you are trying to do more of the film and the TV world, but I know that this craft of theater and Broadway, it means something to you. Mm-hmm. And you have an internal dedication to it. So my question was, what does Broadway and theater mean to you?
Oh, wow. Wow, that's a good question. I'll be honest with you. It may not sound deep enough at all, but I think it's always just felt like something I just whenever I was doing it, just felt like something I just had to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it just felt like something I just had to do.
This is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah,
it made sense.
Yeah, it made sense in a way, and it's really interesting because and I always say this, and I'm not downplaying myself at all. I'm a realist with this. I was not the best singer in my school or in my groups. There were always people who could sing better than me or dance better than me. So it was really interesting that I've been able to have such longevity and be able to do it. Even when I was younger, my voice was not very strong. And so I had to grow into my voice. I had that female voice. They talk about how the female voice changes at like in the late 20s, mid to late 20s. My voice kicked in to overdrive.
Around
25. I was like, excuse me, is that a belt? Because I was giving sweet, tender tone. I was just
right.
I was giving you sweet, tender, but a belt had the nerve to show up. And then it just took off. And it was kind of a bit of a shock to me because I wasn't, I don't know, my what's the word? I feel like I'm a hardy person, right? Mm-hmm. But I forgot the word that talks about your being able to weather things and just kind of I don't know.
Like tenacity, I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe tenacity is. I had mental tenacity, right? But I would lose my voice a lot. I had a lot of vocal problems. Had a lot of vocal problems, and I was always really hoarse. And how Beyonce, she kind of talk, hey, how y'all doing? I had kind of what's up, everybody? Y'all doing good? I had that growling thing or whatever. So I ended up, I had a problem. I lost a part of my voice after, I think it was sometime after I had done Wicked. I had an injury doing an audition where I was singing way out of my range. And during that time, I ended up taking speech therapy. I don't know if a lot of people know this. I had speech therapy. I had this thing. It was called muscle tension dysphonia. It's affected by stress. It's affected by different things. And I'm going to tell you, when I knew, I was I'm meant to be, whether I'm singing or acting or modeling or whatever, I'm meant to be doing this, because the year that I lost my voice, and I don't mean I wasn't mute, right? I could sing, it was la, 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 la. It was there was a chunk of stairs missing, right?
Right.
The year that I lost my voice, I booked a commercial for a casino called Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan Sun.
Yes, yes.
And so I didn't really have my voice that year. People didn't know that. I wasn't advertising it. But I said, God is good, because I booked this commercial and I was able to pay my rent and live for like 6 months while I got my voice together. And that's when I was like, I'm meant to be doing this. I'm meant to be, you know what I mean? I was just like, because I could have totally floundered, during that time. And
I think it's when you find your thing.
I had the time, and I had to sing this one little part. We really were impressed with the hotel rooms. That's all I sang. It was to the beat of "Super Freak" by Rick James, right? So,
oh my God,
my friend Kevin R. Free was in that commercial with you.
Kevin was my husband. We were like,
wait, was John Hayden in that commercial with you?
Yes, John was like, yes. Mohegan Sun.
I'm gonna find this commercial.
That year, I had lost my voice. That year, I couldn't sing. I could not sing Elphaba.
Wow.
I couldn't sing Aida. I couldn't sing anything that year.
That's
and I
so
booked that
funny.
commercial, and I was able to pay my rent and like live for like 6 months. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just, I don't know if it meant I was supposed to be on Broadway, but I just knew that I was meant to do this. Like, I was like, God got you,
Yeah.
So
this is your lane.
Yeah, it just made me take the ease off a lot of that. I was like, look at how that fell into place. Because Lord, I was like, what is about to happen? I can't sing. You know what I mean? Like, so, and also it woke me up to like really taking self-care and being a mango. Because how I damaged myself was trying to be a lemon somewhere.
Right. Trying to be a fast lemon.
I was like, ooh, this ain't me. But I didn't realize until I hurt myself. I was like, I'm gonna make myself into this character over here.
Right.
But it wasn't my voice. It wasn't
not you.
And I learned my lesson good. I said, oh, I ain't singing nothing. I can't sing. So now, being a part of original shows, helping to develop shows, every time I'm looking, I got to do that 8 times a week. So can we change this and make this into a whatever?
Right,
Like, I ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. Famously, the girls who had played my track, the Abraham Lincoln track, and the
and hair.
Yeah, hair. They always be like, girl, you wasn't doing nothing. When they play my track, they like, girl, you just be back there chilling. I just swirl around in my dress and then I be chilling. And then like
I learned that
Diane will be like, and then we climb the walls. And I'd be like, and then I'll sit on the side in the corner. I'll sit in the corner, let y'all climb.
Can I tell you? I learned that lesson doing Marley, because if you notice the whole first act, I'm in like every fucking number. And I realized that like the choreographer would just like look and he would see me and he'd go, hey, come do this dance number. And I was like, I am in like how many dance numbers is this man putting me in? So when it got to so you know what I started doing? All of a sudden I would be stretching when he was about to be on the floor.
Let me go over here and stretch.
I would search in my bag for like
disappear.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Oh my God, I love that.
Terrible stamina. That was the word. I see Christine.
Stamina.
Yeah.
But out of sight, out of mind. I learned that lesson, and I don't feel bad about it. I give myself grace. A lot of people, they feel like they have to like really like, people are a little masochistic. Like they really want to punish themselves. They got to do this, do that. And I'd be like, I don't want to do that. Because I didn't have the stamina. I just wasn't, I've never been like the gospel, singer. Like just even doing that is just like, oh, ouch, that hurt.
Right.
So like I need to just, be my little prissy self in the corner somewhere,
Oh my gosh, I love you so much. I'm conscious of time,
yes.
And I don't want to, and we're already over the hour mark, and I don't want to keep it because you're in the middle of a Beyonce period of life. And so now we're going to do our game. Quick five.
These are 5 rapid fire questions. The first answer that comes to your mind is the correct answer.
And you don't have to answer them seriously, honey. Answer them
however you want.
All right.
Should I start?
You do it.
Okay.
A boomerang of us.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna like tilt it and y'all gotta. Jam, can you make us 3 pieces or make
Yeah.
us?
Oh, sure. Yes, I can. Oh,
Yes.
wait, what? Yes, or I can do this.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
want
Ooh.
this? Okay.
So I'm gonna do a boomerang. Should have put a little filter on us so we can be cute. Okay. Let's see. Okay, y'all ready?
Oh,
Yep.
already doing it.
Oh, wait. 1, 2.
I love it.
Yes, yes, yes.
I love that.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to do that real quick.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. All right. So Saycon, are you ready? Are you ready for your quick 5? Are you ready?
Okay.
It's the most serious thing in the world, but not really.
It's never been
She's taking another selfie. It's so serious. Let me take a selfie.
Okay. Question 1.
Okay.
Toni Collette returns to Broadway in what musical?
Oh, don't be serious. Monopoly the musical.
I love it. I love it.
I love it.
Jam, go.
Your Audra McDonald dream role.
Audra McDonald? Wait, one of the roles that she did, or
A dream role
Whatever.
like that you would want her to play.
what I want to see her. I love everything she does. What do I want to see Audra McDonald do? I still want to see her in Lady Day. I didn't get to see Lady Day live.
That's
I would love
true.
to see her do that live.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
Mandy Patinkin. Mandy Patinkin, yes, no, or maybe?
Maybe.
I'm always down with the maybe.
All right. Your cell phone goes off during the opening chorus of The Ladies Who Lunch in Patti LuPone's triumphant return to Broadway and Company. Where do you hide? Where do you hide?
She's gonna throw it in the closet because she's gonna throw that phone at her.
Okay, this is the last one.
Under the third row.
Under the third row.
I'll hide under the third row. I'll just be like, no.
At the 1990 Tony Awards, the Best Leading Actress in a Musical nominees were Tyne Daly for Gypsy, Georgia Brown for Three Penny Opera, Beth Fowler for Sweeney Todd, Lillian Montevecchi for Grand Hotel.
Who won?
Who won?
Tyne Daly.
Well, who won and what cinched it for them? So you said Tyne Daly won.
I don't know what cinched it, but I have a Tyne Daly story.
Oh. Well, okay. First, we're
The
going to
correct answer is Tyne Daly.
You saw how I lit up? See,
I know.
All right, but this is why she cinched it.
Here she is, boys. Here she is, world. Here's Rose. Curtain off.
Because she slapped the stage.
Squatted, slapped.
She squatted down and slapped the stage.
My mother took me to see Tyne Daly
Oh, honey.
at the Fox Theater. She was on tour. I think that was the first Broadway show I ever saw.
Really?
She took me, it was a Broadway tour. And I said, Mommy, Cagney and Lacey is on stage.
Right.
Because she was in Cagney and Lacey.
Yeah.
My mom took me to see Tyne Daly. My mom took me to see Alvin Ailey. And she took me, the other Broadway show I saw was, Jelly's Last Jam.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know what other names you named. I just knew I was gonna pick Tyne Daly.
Tyne Daly. Yeah.
You see how it brought tears to my eyes. I got so excited because besides that Janet Jackson and that Sophia and Jelly's Last Jam, it was Tyne Daly. It was Cagney and Lacey on stage. I said Cagney and Lacey, notice.
Right. I didn't know which one she played, but I'm gonna call it Cagney and Lacey was on the stage.
He slapped
the stage.
Squatted, slapped the stage, and then did a big back bend. It seems that this happens, and this is not
we
my
don't mean
intention.
it, but
I
I think it should always be a mixture of the happy and the sad. But that's our game. That was our game.
That's our
Yay.
little game.
It was
So
so
my
awesome to see Ty Daly in that moment. It was just awesome. That was a
Yay.
great one.
well, who
We-
knew? So I have to say
Yes.
one thing. So we're wrapping up, and I'm putting up this little overlay, and you can see the little shirt that you are the sweatshirt which you can buy at sayconstore.com.
Yes.
But also, I think it's so funny. It's like a full circle moment because last week Jane read a poem by Ruby Dee. And so here it is that there is this wonderful sweatshirt that he's probably going to get for a Christmas present.
And by probably the minute we end.
That's my lyrics, my love lyrics.
I love
Yes.
that. I love it so much.
And so we're gonna say goodbye to you, my honey, and just the one thing, so Delilah, you're in the promotion tour for Delilah right now.
And that's Tuesday nights at 9
On OWN. Tuesday nights at 9 on OWN. Yes.
Yes.
I'm starting it like immediately.
Yeah.
Sweatshirt.
Enjoy it.
When do you start on the Wonder Years? Well, you don't know when but that's coming up for you. That's the next big thing. When is Respect coming out? Do we know yet?
August 2021.
Okay.
Where is that we could actually have a proper opening?
Right.
That's my
Right.
prayer.
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
That's
so,
gonna be
I'm just so excited for you.
These 60 steps. Oh, we were getting it. Okay.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
so excited.
We're getting it.
We cannot also thank you enough for coming and doing this today.
Yeah.
Because it was just love. I think you're lovely.
Yeah,
And
y'all made me cry when y'all
I'm
showed me
so sorry.
I have always been.
Time daily and be like,
Oh no, she's crying now. I'm getting misty.
I have long been a fan of yours, and you have always been a secret friend in my head. So I'm glad that we got to do this.
Me
Yeah.
too. Me
I
too.
adore the hell out of you, my friend. And so just once again, these are your at Saycon Sengbloh, and so that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can buy Saycon products at sayconstore.com.
Go to the Saycon
Follow her
store.
on YouTube. You can get lashes. Saycon sells
Yes.
lashes.
Oh, look, let me sing that lyric for y'all that's on the t-shirt.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Sing it.
You and me are like honey to a bee. You be my Ozzie Davis, I'll be your Ruby Dee.
All right. We got a little taste of the magic that is Saycon.
That song is called Be Here, and it's available for download. I sound so salesy, but it is available for download on sayconstore.com.
I have so many things to get as soon as we get off of this. I have so many things to do.
Lord.
Oh my gosh. All right. So Saycon, I'm going to play you out with a little video packet that I have of you also singing some Be Here. And then with that, we will say good night. You are loved. I adore you. You are special and precious to me. You're special and precious to so many Black theater artists. We love, respect, revere, honor you. And I'm honored to call you a friend. And I can't wait to chat with you at like 2:00 in the morning again one day. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank you,
take care.
Thank you, James. Love you guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm telling you, baby, if you were poor by the sea, living on the beach, your love is all I need. You and me are like honey to a bee. Be my Ozzie Davis, I'll be your Ruby Dee. Oh, yeah.
No, we're just gonna wrap up.
Oh, we're back.
Hi.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Talking to Mr. Tommy Lorio.
Well, the dog
again.
came out. The dog wanted some water, so he's here getting water.
Okay. All right.
That was lovely.
Saycon
was
is the
lovely.
real deal. Like
Yeah.
Saycon is the real flippin' flappin' deal. And I love that woman.
Yeah. There's a
tremendously.
reason why she has been in the game as long as she has because she's just serious and she is good and she like Vinny Mussolino quoting my hot mic.
hot mic moment. He thought he was on mute.
Thought I was muted.
Well,
that was lovely.
So our musical performance today comes from you. This was a video that you premiered this week, and I just think it's absolutely lovely. Well, Saycon still seems to be in the waiting room. So I'll find Saycon. You can private chat me if you want. There is like a thing that we do after. Oh no, she's gone. So we're gonna play. I think we should just play it, and then we can talk about it because it's phenomenal.
Thank you.
And so it's phenomenal. It's so good.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Okay.
James is going to sing, y'all.
It's a video of me singing.
But enjoy.
Used to spend my nights out in a bar room. Liquor was the only love I'd known. You rescued me from reaching for the bottom. You brought me back from being too far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy, and I'll stay stoned on your loving all the time. I've looked for love in all the same old places. Found the bottom of the bottle's always dry. But when you poured out your heart, I didn't waste it. 'Cause there's nothing like your love to get me high. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy, and I'll stay stoned on your loving all the time. Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy, and I'll stay stoned on your loving all the time. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey.
Yes,
Aw.
yes. And listen, look, the people are saying, James, you better sing, right? Saycon left us, but
Yay.
went to YouTube.
Yay.
Eric is going, hey, you can hear
Aw.
this rendition one more time, right? You better
Thanks,
sing.
y'all.
You better
It was a
sing.
little project. It was, I'm
Yes.
trying to work on, we can't be together, and I can't like be with like Elliot, my piano player, Lavando, my bass player, and I can't do the thing that I like to do. So I'm trying to find the ways to use the technology that's here to do that.
Yeah.
So Lavando videotaped himself playing the bass. I figured out how to throw a little piano and some organ and some drums around
Oh,
it.
fantastic.
I sang some backup for myself in there.
It's great.
So I just I'm figuring out how to do things.
It's
Yeah.
great.
So, and Michael Jackson has now given me a suggestion of a song, so I think I'm going to try to work on that for
Oh,
in
fantastic.
the next couple weeks.
Fantastic. So it's time now for
One wish.
and Saycon sent me a wish.
Okay.
So I reached out. So how does it go?
What we send everyone off with.
Right. Genie gives us 3 wishes, and
A
each one
genie.
of us takes one.
Genies have 3 wishes, and I don't like genies, so we have 1 wish. Exactly.
Well,
Exactly. Al Morgan and I talked like a year ago about like what we were going to have to do with like microphones and videos and all of this stuff, and it was like, I don't know how to do that. And now look what we can do. Like, so
Yeah.
the fact that I was like, I'm singing. And also, folks, I don't have a Mac anymore. My Mac died. I did all of that on the phone. Oh, on my filthy phone. This way. I did all of that on my phone. But that screen was filthy.
Some tech wipes. I hear your man like clumping around in the kitchen there.
He's in the kitchen.
That's too funny.
You see me? He said, yeah.
It's perfect.
He said, "Do you see me?"
Yes, you're the star of the show, baby. No, we're still on.
No, we're still on, but just like for a minute. That's fine.
It's fine. Hi, Tommy. Tell Tommy to wave to everybody.
He just did. What's our 1 wishes? What are our 1 wishes?
So Saycon said, I wish for the world to be healthy and safe as soon as possible so we can all get back to living.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah.
And do you want my 1 wish for everyone is I hope you honor and celebrate your juicy mango. And follow your inner guidance. Follow your inner guidance and be the best your own damn juicy mango that you possibly can be. Oh, doggy.
My 1 wish is go outside. It's starting to. It may not be summer 70 degree, like 80, whatever. It's not there yet, but it's
It was
starting to be
nice.
lovely. It was, and
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to go back and probably snow at some point. But
Probably.
while we have a minute, go outside and just like wear a light jacket, but like take it off and just let a little bit of that vitamin D touch your shoulder for a second.
Yeah.
I have moisturized so well today. This
You
is
did.
Oh,
You
but
look-
not this elbow.
Ooh.
Well, you win some, you miss some.
Um,
Go outside is my one wish.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the show
Thank you so
today. Will you give us a drum roll so I can announce who our guest is for
Oh.
next week?
Again, I have nothing to drum roll with. Oh,
You
I have
know.
a pen. Well, you know what? I'm gonna run my finger through this bowl of jelly beans.
That's perfect.
Leslie Kritzer.
Leslie Rodriguez Kritzer is joining us next week. She's phenomenal. She's fabulous. I think she came and saw our show like what 2-3 times or something
so.
like that. And then,
which means
and
I
then-
have to have my elbows like very lotioned.
yes,
for next
yes.
week.
And then she was so lovely. Like she gave us all tickets to come see. She was doing Beetlejuice at the time.
Beetlejuice.
And she gave us tickets to come
I've
see
seen her in a lot of
Beetlejuice.
things. I've seen, saw her in Legally Blonde.
Yes.
Catered Affair.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I was just about to say the same thing, Al Morgan. Like we get it, like right. As
She's
Dead
like,
has,
she too is about to be blowing up on TV shows. That
so she has one that she just shot called Bridge and Tunnel.
Bridge and
I
Tunnel
believe.
is on Epix.
And now she has she just got announced for something for, I can't remember the network. Was it Showtime?
It's called The First Lady, but she's playing Martha Graham.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. So I can't wait to talk to her about that.
So Leslie is coming to join us next week.
it's gonna be
Thank you all so much for
Yeah. joining
us.
Thanks,
You can
everybody.
follow us on all the things.
Follow us on the places.
Yes.
Go to go look at our website too, which is
Our website's
5Q.
pretty cute.
It's very cute, and our bios are my favorite thing. But go to our website. It's 5qjnj.com. Right? It's 5qjnj.com. Go check it out. There's fun stuff on there. But it's like you can send us a little message. You can do things on it.
Yes, absolutely. And all right, everybody. It's been real.
We'll see everybody next week.
Yes.
I'll have more jelly beans, and I'll tell you about this lovely thing.
Oh, that
It's
is
got
a
a
lovely
face
thing.
on it.
Oh.
Do you see the face on it?
Very.
It's got eyelashes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on the face.
That's slightly creepy. What if it opens its eyes?
Oh, I know. Well, then I would stop eating jelly beans out of it. Okay.
All right.
I love you.
All right, love. I love you too.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.